my grind, it's 24/7, I don't settle. I demand my respect, cause they'll finesse you if you let them. Told myself I was the champion, went and got the medals. I showed the world my true colors and they was black and yellow. I let the past be the past, I'm on a new level. It's hard to pick which car to drive, I got a few of them. The first to make it cross the line like a
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. These NFC teams have waited for all season long. We're away in Wild Card Weekend. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in, getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Ready up. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down. Here's Penix. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. This is Trevor Etienne. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Third and long for him here. That one's complete over the middle. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. They get 23 on that one. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Let's go. Viking 18. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Penix on 1st down. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense, not on that one.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, Shaq.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. And they find him after just the arm. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hold it ready.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Ready. 3. Cougar 19. Warrior 70. 19 tight. 19 tight. Hook.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. Panthers calling on Ryan Fitzgerald here to attempt this field goal. This from 40 on the right hash. Fitzgerald sends this through. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
Well, that's a good start to this one, Kate. Not just individually for the kicker to be accurate in his first kick, but to really invigorate this home crowd and to take that lead on the opening drive.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, go.
Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, nice little run to set the table.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Play action, McCarthy. Got a man, it's Dante Thornton Jr. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. It's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
1st and 10 from the 43.
Head for 60. Take off.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. So it'll be 2nd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It would be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Set. 70 Lions.
On play action now, McCarthy. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, quarterback's going to count on 99 of 100 times completing that short, simple route to a tight end. But even the shortest and simplest of throws will find a drop at some point, too.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Here we go, sack. Come back. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Putting a receiver in motion. McCarthy throwing on third down. That's caught for the first. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Here we go, here we go. Viking,
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Flushed into the pocket. He's got it at the 5. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
It's not enough. You solid, but it's not enough. You better, but it's not enough. Say you did it to myself, but it's not enough.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
go. Wrap all 80s, go.
Penix here from the gun. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
This game, Kate, that's his domain, and he is prepared to reign over it with an iron fist. Not going to give his assignment any space, and playing tight man-to-man coverage, he knocks it away.
Got it, ready?
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Hurt. Hawk 70. Dragon 60. Warrior 70. Panther 11. 18, Pioneer.
Penix working from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Buffalo 18.
Throw here, 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Begins his return at the 16. And big hit on the return to stop him cold. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10.
60 Bison.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. On target to Thornton. He gets loose down the right side. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get 6 more on their early advantage. On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Go!
Here's ETN to begin the drive. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80. 19 tight, 19 tight. Hut, hut.
Play fake, Penix. This is a heater going deep. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15.
Tight. Cougar 19. Big alert, big alert. Get that touch.
Yes, let's get it.
Go.
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers lower the deficit to a single possession. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed put 6 on the board for the offense.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cowboy 80. Ready, ready.
They start the drive at home. Set out of bounds after a pickup of 6. 2nd and 4 coming up.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4.
Viking 18.
1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. 14-10 our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at 2nd and 4.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Off play action. It's McCarthy. That's caught. It's Brees Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Trying to hit his fullback there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Let's go now.
McCarthy fires out wide. Complete. And he's down to the 36 with almost enough for that first down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go, Jack.
They go with a design keeper. Oh, they're on it quick. He's not going to get the yard they need, Brock. He only gets back to the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Choice is made. No 53-yard field goal try. They are going for this 1st down.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
Trying to get it on the keeper. And McCarthy slides to the ground here, but not before picking up the 1st.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that can do what he just did. Choke the ball himself for a big run.
We keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Vacates quickly left side. Has it down close. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings now lead by 10.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
19 Tiger.
Penix. Here comes the screen for ETN. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here's ETN on 1st down. Looks through and breaks away. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Panthers 1st.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that 2nd level.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Now Penix off the play action. That's incomplete left side.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ready.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. On the shotgun, Penix. He takes a pop and the ball comes out. It's picked out by the Vikings going the other way. The 30. The 10. And Minnesota returns this to the end zone. Touchdown. The Vikings capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field. Maybe his whole life. That distance, a whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Set. Viking 18. 70 Lions. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Go! 60, box, check.
You're going play fake with Penix. He finds Evans, left side. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
Ready? Mustang, 70 Lions.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Going all the way to the end zone here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers make it an 11-point ball game.
17. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. The motion receiver left. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. Running down the left side. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Play action, McCarthy. He rolls to his right. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a 3-possession game.
Those front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with his speed, that route is a winner, chicken dinner.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
On the ground to begin this drive with ETN. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They go right back to ETN. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More coming up from Bank of America Stadium, though. Stick around. Vikings into the nickel for this 3rd down play. Air it out on 3rd. This is cut downfield by Horn. It's a race down the right side. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers chop some of the lead off before the half. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23.
19, right here. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Short pass brought in. He dodged the tackle. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
All set to go now from the 35. We send a man in motion. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Has a man on target to Thornton. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
The best offenses in the league, and I don't really care what level it is, Kate. They stretch it vertically, and they'll stretch you horizontally. You show them that same look and just push the ball vertical, they'll catch on to it. But you start to mix and match and run these guys across the field, you become dangerous.
18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Mustang, 19. Warrior, 17. Go.
Again, McCarthy to throw. Finds him over the middle. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Here we go, set. 60 even, track him 60.
Throwing again now, McCarthy. Catch is made in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Another chance at 6. It's second and goal.
70 range, 70 range. Come on, set. Hawks, 70, Hawks.
Another throw here for McCarthy. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings get more points to end a lopsided first half. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Get it. 19 Lions. Chat.
Minnesota spends its second time out here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Cut 19. Set. Cougar 19. Trap 60. Trap 60. Hey, smash. 79 Broncos.
Penix here from the gun. And this one is launched downfield. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10.
Pioneer. Let's go now. 19 Tiger. 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Riggs. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Looking to throw. He's going to try another deep one here. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down. Here comes the final play of our first half.
Let's go.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. Play not developing as they had hoped. That's a loss of yardage, Brock. Fourth down coming up. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's first and 10.
Let's go.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 license.
They give on second to Hall. And he gets him around 6 there. That tackle made by Princely Umemi-Ellen.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
First and 10 now from the 46. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Hall running between the tackles. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
McCarthy throwing on third down. That's complete. Here's Thornton. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10. It's McCarthy. Set up the screen here for Hall. Along this sideline inside the 25. And he is all the way ahead to the 13-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Offense is set. First and 10. First carry now for Jonathan Brooks. Well, he might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a first and goal.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense because with a lead, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal. Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And they're on the 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, first and 10. Working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a complete to incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Let's go. 19, Warriors 17. Buffalo 18, 18, Panther 11, Panther 11.
Penix to throw again on second. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
18, Pioneer. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 19, Lions. Mustang 19. Let's go.
Third and long, they're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're staring at fourth and long. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. He fields it cleanly. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Vikings to the line now. Here's first and 10.
Alert! Alert! Go! You, Cougar 19. Ready?
They'll start this one out the call. Rocked by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
They'll work against the blitz. Complete out to the right side. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
79 Broncos.
Third and 2, McCarthy. That's cut for the first. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. So 20 yards on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
49-yard line.
Ready?
This is Hall. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up second and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7.
Let's go now.
Play action. It's McCarthy. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That play good for 17 and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All set now. First and 10.
Hey, check that. 19, go.
It's Hall on the carry. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Bring it. Set. Cowboy 80.
On second down, it's Brooks. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
Let's go.
They run. Here's Hall. And he's going to be stopped well shy of that first down marker. Call it a yard. That means fourth down coming up. Here's Jake Moody for the field goal. This one from 42 yards out. Moody knocks it through. And that gives them a 28-point advantage.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Short kick gathered in at the 15. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he takes this one all the way. Touchdown on the kick return. All right, Brock, let's see if this is able to provide a little spark, because their offense just hasn't been able to consistently provide their own so far this game.
Yeah, a little spark, a little charge, a little juice, a little bit of energy. He wouldn't be denied trying to do what he can to jolt this team.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Doesn't like what he sees, so we got a touchback. And they're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Coming right is Hall. And he stops, so that's going to take us to the end of the third. We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. It's Vikings football, and they know they are just 1 quarter away from advancing. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Going to the ground again on first. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. It's 16 yards on that play. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
All set to go now from the 35. First down, and they go right back to him. Escapes a defender. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. On the give, it's Brooks. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. Street. Alert. Check.
They'll go right side with Hall. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard.
He was brought down by Trevin Wallace. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
No throw, 3rd and long. That one falls to the turf. He'll hang on. It's incomplete.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Moody knocks it through. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down.
That's good for a Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, 60, go!
ETN again. That one only good for a couple. It's second down. Up the middle to ETN. Pop behind the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Vikings sending out nickel coverage here on third down. Here he goes, third and long. Taking a deep shot here. He drops it! Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch. He can't hang on to the pass. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10. The pitch is to Hall. We'll take this ahead for 7. We've got second and 3 now.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. They go right back to Hall. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Third and just 2 to go.
Let's go now.
Man in motion, out of the slot. McCarthy hit, he lost the football. Picked up by the Panthers. And they'll take over a little further upfield thanks to that return.
Well, he's no longer a quarterback on that play. He's more of a running back. And what's priority number 1 for a good running back? Always ball security. If your number's called, you've got to tuck it away. Can't be giving your opponent any free possessions.
Here we go, set.
Here's ETN on first down. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Second and 3 now. Here's a give to ETN. Through the middle. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers putting up points in a game decided. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver one.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers pull a little closer. It's a 17-point game now. Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Design quarterback run here. Lining up to take a knee on second down. They're drawn up for it. Setting up for the kneel down on third. He's drawn up for him. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a